July, that's right, July 24th. Oh, trying to rush through summer, huh? July 24th, meeting of the Carver Conservation Association. And we have our first order of business, some COC requests for 14 Green Street. And also for 43 High Street. Now, we're having a hearing on 43 High Street. Can we do the COC despite that, or should we wait?
It's a complicated story, but my suggestion is you do their amended order of conditions first.
Okay.
But after this.
Okay, so we will put the 43 High Street COC on hold till later in the meeting. And if we want to deal with the one on 14 Green Street, which I assume is all set to go.
I'll pass the pictures around.
Oh, my God.
Picture of the grass.
Yep.
Looks good. Green Street, Russ. You always come up with some very interesting things. Mm. So,
That's nice,
Is anybody walking?
Yep, Russ and I looked at it. It looked good.
I make a motion to approve the COC.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded to approve the certificate of compliance for 14 Green Street. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass unanimously. And then we have the minutes to take a look at for June 19th.
We'll send you a copy, Larry. And I need some signatures, please.
Are there any changes suggested for the June 19th minutes? Could I have a motion then to approve them as written?
I'll move.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the June 19th, 2013 minutes as written. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Passed unanimously. And we have the letter from the fellow regarding Eagle Gas and
Actually,
the
it's a
COC.
letter from me.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
To him.
Oh, I see, right.
It's just for your information.
Okay. He was requesting COC, and you pointed out that he couldn't get it until this was,
Well, the problem is that
Yeah.
it's larger, what was going on there is larger
then,
than just us, and I didn't feel comfortable
yeah.
signing off on something if it was still ongoing, and as it turns out, it is.
Mhm.
And besides, we need to know that the discharge is
Right.
clean too.
That EPA is happy, yeah.
Well, and that it's
Right.
clean. We need to know that as well, because.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I haven't heard from him.
Okay, so that's for information, right? So, we have 5 minutes before our first hearing.
Does someone have the pictures for,
The pictures, do we have this signed? COC?
the certificate?
It's coming back, yeah.
It's working its way
It's
back.
working its way back.
Pictures are right
Okay,
here.
okay.
Nineteen Green Street going tonight? Or no?
We put a sign on the door last time saying that the meeting was postponed till this date, so.
I was just wondering if that was on a time budget or not.
It was on what?
Do we, I know the hearings, you have to have a time. I didn't know if that had to have a time, that's all.
Oh, no, I guess not.
It was kind of continued, because, and I sent him an email letting him know.
But he needs to be here before we can go forward on it, right, on the notice and test?
Did he say he was coming?
I know, I know. This has been a pattern.
accordance with the Mass Wetlands Protection Act, Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw, that a public hearing will be held at 7 p.m. on July 24th, 2013, in meeting room number 1 at the Carver Town Hall to hear an amendment to the original order of conditions originally issued to Brian Eames on January 29th, 2008, and to hear a request for a variance from the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw for an error in construction, namely placing deck with associated stairs and footings at 62 feet from the wetland line, and a private drinking water supply at 64 feet from a wetland resource area inside the 65-foot boundary to a wetland resource area. The amended order of conditions and the variance are requested by the new applicant, Jamie Emerson. The dwelling for which the original order of conditions was issued has otherwise been constructed according to the original order of conditions. The footing may be in a map priority habitat on the site. All disturbed areas will be loamed and seeded. Project is within 200 feet of the Doten Brook and must comply with the riverfront area requirements of the Wetlands Protection Act under 310 CMR 10.58, Section 4D3. Project is located at 43 High Street, Carver, Mass., map 19, lot 66-0. All interested parties are welcome to attend. Copies of plans, filings, and pertinent data are available at the Carver Conservation Office. And you're Mr. Emerson? Great. Good evening.
Jamie Bissonnette from Prime Engineering, here on behalf of Darren Michaelis, Foresight Engineering, and the property owner, Jamie Emerson. I have colored plans. I apologize for them not being colored before. And also certifieds for the re-notification.
You bet. You what?
Did you get our written variance request, Tyler?
Yes, we did.
Richard, were you making?
You want to see it?
How much disturbed areas left?
He's noted it on the plan. Well, according to the plan, what actually got built is less disturbed area than what had originally been approved, even though the unfortunate error put the deck and the steps and the well closer than they were supposed to be. But the actual size of the project is slightly smaller than what you guys originally had approved.
So they just had the grass in where they cleared the lot,
Yeah.
Bare dirt right now still?
Is the lot still bare dirt?
No, the majority of it, I believe, is finished off. There is a portion that needs to, for seed, that needs to germinate.
Yeah.
They're looking to close the end of the month where a homeowner's gonna be moving in. Obviously, this time of year, I know I'm planting grass in my house, we're watering it twice a day, and with these rains, you gotta turn it off, so it's not practical to grow grass this time of year. So they're hoping with the new homeowners coming in, they're gonna seed it and let them try to put the sprinklers to it in that small section that's needed.
But I thought I saw some grass.
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah,
That's what-
they did.
okay.
There's just some small sections that they haven't
Just
been
not
able to get it to come up
Completely
yet.
finished,
Yeah.
that's what I thought, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I make a motion to approve the variance, instead of having to rip up the house and move it back a couple of feet.
Second. Been moved and seconded to approve the variance for the errors in construction. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed unanimously.
Thank you.
I make a motion to close the hearing.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to close the hearing. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's passed unanimous.
Any new conditions, Sarah?
No, I'll just keep it the same as the old one, which I don't actually have in front of me, but I'll just copy down the same conditions that you guys had said before. I can find it if you want.
Sarah, this spring, we were just looking at the house across Gate Street from this one, right? Also, we were looking at that, I thought I remembered,
This was the house that we were looking at.
okay, I thought I remembered it being on the other side of Gate Street.
No,
Okay.
It's, yeah, as you go down Gate Street from Plymouth Street
Right,
to High Street, it's on the left corner.
yeah, okay. Mine's playing tricks.
So, I can tell you the conditions. Oh, and we also have we have a letter from Natural Heritage saying everything was okay there as well. No, it's pretty boilerplate. It's talking about the amount of disturbed area, in particular because of the brook, but, they've actually disturbed less than that, so.
Got all the green cards?
Sorry? Do we have all the green cards?
We do have our green cards, yes, sir. The only one I don't see is Brian Ames, who was listed on the,
As the original owner.
but I know.
Yeah.
So, oh, here
Is
we
he-
go.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
good,
Ryan, yep.
okay, good.
And I'm trying to take notes and check at
I
the same
know.
time, so we got everybody now.
I make a motion to approve the order of conditions as outlined by the agent.
And second?
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve the order of conditions as outlined by the agent. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass unanimously. Okay. So,
We're gonna
That's
do
it?
the certificate.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that's.
Is this the third one? So we usually do this because we don't have this till we do the other one.
Right, okay.
Let's do this and the other.
So, Mr. Chair, if I may, then the next step, if you feel that you can, issue the certificate of compliance
Mhm.
now that they have done their amended order.
So, do we have more paperwork on that now? Just this. Got it back. Okay. So we need a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 43 High Street in view of the work which we've just completed.
I so move.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to issue a certificate of compliance for 43 High Street. Is any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed unanimously. Okay. Done. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you need me for anything else tonight?
No, and Peg will file these at the registry. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.
That went smoothly. So, we'll go to the continued hearing for 19 Green Street. Now, there's a legal notice. Should I be reading it if it's just continued?
Well, it was never actually opened
Opened,
last
okay.
week. We just really didn't know how to put it down
Right.
there.
So we'll read the
'cause
notice.
it had been advertised for last week.
Okay.
We did post a notice here at Town Hall for any abutters that don't know how to
Do
come.
have to read it.
Okay.
I think you should, yeah.
Notice is hereby given in accordance with the Mass Wetlands Protection Act, Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw, that a public hearing will be held at 7:15 p.m. on Wednesday, July 17th, 2013, in Meeting Room 1 at the Carver Town Hall, to hear the notice of intent for Gary S. Randall to demolish and remove the building known as King Philip's Hall. The area will be replaced with a pervious gravel parking lot. Demolition and removal of the building will be conducted within 100 feet of and/or may be in wetland resource areas and may be in a mapped priority habitat area on the site. Material will be hauled to any approved disposal site. All disturbed areas will be loamed and seeded. Since the project is within 200 feet of the King Phillips Brook under the Rivers Protection Act and 310 CMR 1058, Section 5, the project must conform to 310 CMA 1058, Section 5, and other standards of 310 CMR 10.58. A portion of the project is within the 65-foot buffer zone of bordering vegetated wetland. This may require variance from the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw. The project is located at 19 Green Street, Carver, Massachusetts, map 16-1, lot 2-0. All interested parties are invited to attend. So, Mr. Randall is not here, but we can proceed without him, right?
It's up to you.
I was notified.
Yeah. Well, this is something that's got to be done one way or another, right? So,
The building commissioner actually has told me that it needs to come down, like,
Yep.
that it's hazardous, but I haven't gotten that in writing, so.
well, it won't actually take place until he signs off, right, on that?
Until what?
Even he signs off, the building commissioner is the final say
He has a
on it.
demolition permit.
Right,
Um,
okay.
Yeah, so he has his demolition permit. The thing was that, I was all set when the building commissioner told me that to issue an emergency certification. But I'm not comfortable doing that without something in writing, so.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of that building are in the wetlands right now, though, right? In the resource
I think so, yeah. It's really,
Whatever's down, we have jurisdiction on whatever down anyways. I mean, he's gotta
Right.
comply with the cleanup of that.
Yep.
Regardless. So
absolutely.
whatever the building does, they can do, but I mean, right now, you have a need to get that out to protect
Yep.
whatever's in that area, so we should be given somewhat notice
Oh, yeah,
on that, at least.
yep, no, I agree.
So what do you feel? Shall we proceed with the hearing?
Yeah, I think so.
Good, I would agree. We'll get it over with and just notify Mr. Randall that it was done and we've decided so. Okay. So, we walked the area next to this quite a while ago. I've been aware of this area, but I've never actually walked it with a view to
Russ-
look at the wetlands.
Sorry to interrupt you. Russ and I did
Did
look
too.
at it, and I took some pictures. You'll be seeing those.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, it's definitely very close on the Grange Hall side.
Mhm.
The other side, it's really thick and it's hard to get in there to tell really how close whether it's actually in a wetland. It kind of looks like it is, but.
Yeah, there's actually almost a wetland creek right on that other side, I
Well,
think,
King
isn't it?
Phillips Brook is behind it, yeah.
Right.
Mhm. So, I think it has to come down, and I think that, you might want to insist that when he takes, if it's possible, when he takes it down, that he stage it on that little dirt road,
Mhm.
if that's at all possible.
Pull it down in that
I wouldn't
direction.
worry about it, 'cause he's gotta rip down some trees too, so
That's probably true.
I think just get it down and then restore the site to its more natural state.
Well, that's the other point. He wants to cover it with gravel and put up a farm stand. So that's part of his proposal.
Mm.
That ain't in the notice of intent. Is it written down in his NOI that,
Yeah, you're right. It's not in the advertised, that's true.
good saying, all disturbed areas will be loamed and seeded?
Yep.
But it does say the area will be replaced with a pervious gravel parking area. Halfway down the first paragraph of the legal ad.
Oh, yeah, it does say that area will be replaced.
But that whole building isn't within 65 foot, right?
Yeah, I put that in about possibly needing a variance, but I don't think it does, because he's removing a structure.
But if he wants to remove and then fill with gravel other than take down and restore, there's two different concepts. I mean, he wants to do two different things. So if you take the building down,
Mhm.
then to do the next step, he would have to ask this board permission on what he could do next. If we say take the building down, restore the vegetated wetland, or that area,
They outlined this law.
I don't know if he automatically,
Well, it is in his request to do both.
another building just like this?
to do the parking lot.
Right, just a pervious gravel parking area.
Did they take that one down already?
I mean, you don't have to allow that. It's, up to you.
Mhm.
And,
I don't know why that wouldn't be, why isn't
Yeah, this
that
is
a
bigger.
variance then? I mean,
Now that I'm
because it's not an actual
smaller.
structure, and it's not
Show
pavement.
a little more here.
It's
That's
pervious.
right there.
It's just gravel. So the way the bylaw reads, the thing that requires a variance is a structure
Yeah.
or impervious
It's
surface.
just dilapidated. That's why I thought that one was it.
Can we see this one?
But, I mean, if you feel it's detrimental to the functions and values of the wetland.
Does it give a square footage for this pervious area?
No, he doesn't.
and then my concern is, I don't know, I haven't seen it, I haven't walked it, but what's the slope over there? What, gravel has a sand
Drops
texture?
off in the back.
how it texture, is that gonna run off and affect whatever's back there that's wet? I don't know. I mean, what's he gonna use
I don't know
to?
if that shows the
one's
back
just
of the
as
building,
bad,
but it
right
does
next
drop
door.
off the back, cause
There's
it's
the old green shrub that they're taking down.
it's almost
That's
like a
all been
walked-in
mowed and seeded.
cellar behind it.
Cause I remember her chatting.
But
But he
is
was
the silt from the gravel gonna go in and affect
Yeah, I
other
think,
parts
I
of
think
that
this is
wetland?
showing the back.
I don't know. Matt,
It's a little bit,
I-
little bit of direction.
Did it
in
give a
the
square footage?
No, the other one.
I'd want at least the square footage, cause to me, if we do approve any type of parking spot, it's gonna be no bigger than the existing
Right.
building footprint.
And I don't know what that footprint is either.
There's no plans of the site at all, and he really hasn't been very cooperative.
No, the only
Forthcoming?
plan you have is the map I made.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't know.
Peg had a brilliant idea.
Very north there.
It is an NOI, and under the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw, we can ask for engineered plans
That's correct.
for construction and grading of the site.
Dimensions.
I'm more comfortable with that, cause I just don't.
Yeah. So, let's see. Peg, had a good idea. We have the assessor's sheet here. I'm trying to see what the dimensions of the structure are.
But, you know, the dimensions change year to year depending on how much is falling off.
Good point.
Yeah,
So I guess, you know, maybe the foundation might have stayed the same.
Yeah, well, the foundation, right, would be the measurements, because the building in theory went straight up from that originally, before it started leaning.
so it looks like the total acreage is 1.13 acres. But the structure's about 49, a little over 49,000 square feet.
No, can't, that structure don't take up no acre.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's saying it's over an acre. I don't know.
Structure?
No,
Mm.
the land.
Wasn't that
Well,
big.
they're saying that the land is 1.13 acres.
Structure
And
was
unless I'm
about
reading this
30.
wrong, it's saying that the actual structure is 49. No, that would be the same, because that's the square footage. Never
Well,
mind.
Let me see.
Yeah, let Dan see. That's a
Oh,
good
that's where
idea.
I would say that the structure is about 36 feet front to back and about 24
Oh,
feet wide.
gee. Yeah, the
Yeah, well,
49,000 is the same as the 1.13.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's the whole area, that's the whole lot. I don't know where it,
They never measured,
We didn't
they
measure
don't
the
have
building.
building specs.
No.
What you were looking at is the different like, tax rates, you know, cause most, like I own 1.7. So it says my house is on the 60,000 square feet, and then I have an additional,
oh, okay,
you know, whatever comes to 1.7.
yeah.
I don't know why they do it, but that's, they always go by the two different rates,
Yeah,
even, you know.
Well, the outbuildings are accessed lower, right? The farm building.
Doesn't look like that.
But all this blank space down here would have been building spec.
Half a wall.
I don't know, it's not our job to guess. I mean, he's proposing a project that's gonna go and replace them.
Yeah, I like to
Why we're not
see
Getting
some kind of
something.
plan on what the finished product's gonna be,
okay.
to have grades and
Mhm.
sizes and, you know, so we get something that will actually, if we said yes to this, we'd be actually saying yes to, he could make a gravel parking area on the whole lot.
Yeah. It's a good point.
So what we want to do then is eventually to continue the hearing, but send him a letter telling him that we have to have plans.
Okay. And do you want me to issue an emergency certification just for the demolition? So
Yeah, we can do
He can get
that.
that done, and then
Okay.
you can finish this
Right,
the next, okay,
that sounds good.
okay.
And then once demo's done,
Everything stops
silt-
until the plans.
Silt fence put in until he's approved for doing anything further.
Okay.
Now, the next scheduled meeting is just one week, right, a week and a half,
August 7th.
yeah? 2 weeks.
That's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. I suppose there's a chance that he might be able to get something done by then, but if he cares. Let's continue it till that August 7th.
Before you
No.
do you want this plan to be just, something he draws, or do you want it an engineered plan?
I think it should be an engineered plan. Yeah, you're dealing with some very,
Well, I know it drops off there, so we're gonna need some grades,
mhm.
Okay.
you know. He's
Mhm.
gonna make it flat, then he's gonna need a stone wall to hold stuff back, and
Yep.
retaining wall, stuff like that.
Okay.
What type of materials he's gonna use.
Yep.
Size. It'd be nice before it's torn down to get a rough estimate of the building dimensions.
Yep.
Maybe someone on the commission can go out, or a couple people, and get a rough estimate of size.
Yeah, if we,
'Cause once it's
We could do that.
demolished,
Yeah, I know.
you're actually gonna have a bigger area, a little disturbed than the actual building. To me, I really only keep the new area under the size of the building.
well, if we measure across the front, which is exposed, and down the side next to the dirt driveway, that should give us
Mm.
pretty accurate, 'cause,
Close enough.
Mhm. So square footage of the building, square footage of the proposed gravel lot, show the retaining wall, show materials to be used. Anything else?
no.
Slopes. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, show grades. And that was the reason that we don't have a plan from him, because originally all it was a demolition.
Mm-hmm.
So I just made the map.
I make a motion to continue the hearing to August 7th.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to continue the hearing on 19 Green Street till August 7th. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass unanimously. I think that's the end of the business, right? No bills to worry about?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
They're still spending.
Oh,
Yeah, they haven't come in yet.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?